boys and girls in primary 2, 3 and 4, and welcome back again, another week of Queensferry Science Online, and we are looking this week at a particular scientist. This guy here, his name is Galileo Gallilei. All you have to remember is Galileo, okay? If you're not sure, ask parents about a famous Queen song. He's in there. So, Galileo, this is the guy here. And we're going to look at one of his ideas. So, some things on the table here for you. And he had some strange ideas. So let me start. If I said to you, here is a really soft, light ball, and here's a heavier ball, both about the same size, which would drop the fastest? So I'm going to let them go. Which one falls the fastest? Have a think. What do you think would happen? Okay, drop them both. Now, there was different ideas on this. There was an idea that the heaviest one would fall faster and hit the ground first. And Galileo had the idea that actually they would both fall at the same speed because it wasn't to do with their weight. Now, we're going to try this, and you can try at home. So you need two things that are about the same shape, the same size, and different weights. So this is lighter, this is heavier. And I'm going to drop them, and I'm going to see what happens. Now, at this point, I think we will go to the video that I did and show you what happened with the two balls. So here we go when I took it outside. Right, there you go. So they both fell at the same speed, same shape, same size, but different weights. But the heavier one was not quicker. They both fell at the same speed. And that was what Mr. Galileo said. He said that it wasn't to do with the weight of something. The weight had nothing to do with it. It was to do with the shape. So then what he did was he went up a large tower in a place called Pisa, and he had two balls, one being heavier than the other, dropped them both, and that's where he discovered they both landed at the same time. Now, not actually sure if that actually happened or if it was just an idea he had that if you did this it would happen. We're not really sure, but that's the theory. That's what happened, and that was his idea. So to test this, you can then do it with two things of different weight but also different shapes. So now, which would fall quicker? Which one's going to hit the ground first? Okay, now remember, it's not to do with the weight, it's not to do with the mass, it's to do with the shape. So let's see what happened when we drop these two outside. There you go. So these two dropped. The hammer, much quicker to the ground. The feather with a difference, much more aerodynamic, which is why we use a feather, and much more aerodynamic. The air resistance slows it down to the ground. This has not got a lot of air resistance straight down. This does have good air resistance, so it's actually the air resistance that is changing how it falls. It's not the weight. Now, To prove this point, there were some astronauts who did it on the moon. They had a feather and a hammer, and they did exactly the same experiments I've just done on the moon. Now, think about it. On the moon, there's still some gravity. It's not no gravity, it's still some gravity. So they did fall, but the big difference is there's no air resistance. So I'm going to put a little link to the video. I'll let you watch it. And what you should see is that they both fall at the same speed because there's no air resistance up there. There's no atmosphere, there's no clouds and things. So they fall at the same speed, the same as the two balls did. There you go. And it all goes back to Mr. Galileo 500 years ago had the idea that it's not to do with the weight, it's to do with the shape and the air resistance. There you go. So you can try this at home if you want. See what you do. I'd love to see what you come up with at home. Let me know what you think. Okay, bye for now.